All right. Hey, what's up, good people? I'm QC. Welcome to a special Talking and Grubbin live stream. Today is Selection Sunday. Now we're going to find out which four teams are going to be playing this year's college football playoffs. Excuse me. Thank y'all for joining me. All right. Oklahoma's number 4. They're doing the top 4 right now. Who's going to be the top 4 teams in the college football playoffs? Johnny Talk Sports. I agree. Ohio State definitely deserves the number 1 spot. You know, they had better top 5 wins against CFP opponents. Had a better winning percentage as well than LSU. So how's everybody doing? How's everybody Sunday going? I'm about to grub on some of these Ruffles, sour cream and onion baked potato chips. Sorry for the late start, by the way. There's been a lot of ongoing debate about should Ohio State or LSU be the number one seed in the college football playoffs. Some people feel LSU should get it because they have more top 10 wins. Some people like myself and Johnny Talk Sports feel Ohio State should get it because they have more CFP wins and also better winning percentage against top 25 teams. Okay, Clemson is number 3, which I expected. I expected Clemson to be number 3 because they play in a weak conference. Oklahoma is number 4. I expect them to sneak in, but now it comes down to the last 2. Which teams will it be at number 1, number 2? Who will be facing Clemson?
And then everybody else. Remember last year, Notre Dame was number 3. They were unbeaten. No one thought they had a shot against Clemson. They lost the game 30-3. This year, this is the team you want to avoid, and that's why it comes down to who's 1 and who's 2.
You want me to give you a little something on Clemson? First, Clemson ties Alabama with its 5th playoff appearance. That's the most. You know, Dabo and our buddy Timberay, they're always looking for first for Clemson. 3 seed, 1 seed for that matter. Never won a college football playoff.
There you
Clemson
go.
could do another first.
I just would say this about Clemson. I think they could be better than they were a year ago when they won it all. And they're different. The way they attack. They're better at quarterback, better at running back, better at receiver. They're not as good on the defensive line. They're better, I think, collectively because of all that they're doing on defense with their back 7, with the linebacker and safeties. So they're sitting there with a major chip on their shoulder, feeling disrespected and excited about their matchup.
Peaking at the right time.
No doubt.
You know, they took a lot of criticism after that 1-point escape from UNC.
All right, number 2 and number 1 will be revealed shortly.
Last 6 games, they look like an
Okay, here comes the problem. Here we go. Who is at number 2 and will face Clemson in a semifinal on December 28th? At number 2. The
Ohio State's number 2, so LSU is the number 1 team in the college football playoffs.
Much like Clemson in their post game against North Carolina, they were a different team after that. After last night's game and the Big Ten championship game was the first time Ohio State has had to face some adversity, and to come out in the second half and do what they did, they will be a much better football team now that they faced it, came back up and proved that they deserve to be in this playoff. I can't wait to see this Buckeye team now having gone through something and come back to the field. They will be better than they were all season long.
What I love about this matchup and buildup is what Reese just touched on. The last time they met out in Phoenix, it was a blowout. Could have been a lot worse with Deshaun Watson. That's a motivating factor for Ohio State. And in that locker room, when you saw Saturday night, they're going to feel slighted because they're not sitting there at number one. So I think both Clemson and Ohio State have something to prove when they meet up with.
All right, so basically the 4 teams are set for the college football playoffs here on Selection Sunday. Do you feel the committee got the playoff rankings right, or do you think that Ohio State should have been number 1, LSU should have been number 2? Me, myself, personally, I think the committee kind of went with more recency bias than overall resume, because Ohio State had the better winning percentage against top 25 opponents, which was better than LSU. They also had more wins against CFP opponents than LSU. So to me, the committee kind of went with more had a recency bias, and plus, some people might even feel that they wanted the SEC to have the path of least resistance to the national championship. And I do think there's some SEC bias with the playoff committee. Does anybody agree or disagree? If you now just join me, the top 4 teams are in for the college football playoffs. LSU is number 1. Ohio State is number 2. Clemson, the defending national champions, are at 3. And Oklahoma is at number 4.
Defense to hit with 38 points against Vandy, 614 yards against Ole Miss. You would think that would go into the evaluation, but I guess having watched them play extremely well against Texas A&M, then a Georgia offense that was injured and had suspensions, they still gave them a lot of credit for beating what was a top 4 team in the SEC title game, and they've decided that that's now the 4th time. Started with Ohio State, went LSU, back to Ohio State, now LSU. And Reese, and you mentioned this too.
Yeah, to me, I think the committee did kind of have a little SEC bias in these rankings, because Ohio State, to me, was the more complete team, and also they had more of a better resume overall over LSU. But I think a lot of people felt, well, they beat the top 4, a 4th ranked team. To me, Georgia was overrated. I never bought Georgia as a top 4 team. So y'all coming on here, let me know. Do y'all think the committee got it right, or do you think 1 and 2 should be flipped? In my opinion, it should have been flipped.
It'll be the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl, Ohio State and Clemson. Those on December 28th. Let's bring in our.
I thought even Wisconsin was a better team than Georgia. In my humble opinion.
was very impressive. But LSU, the committee thought was four. They think Georgia built a race.
I never bought Georgia as a fourth-ranked team. I don't know how people bought Georgia as a fourth-ranked team. To me, they've been average at best. Hey, Road Dog, what's up, man? Of course, I know you happy LSU's number one. But Road Dog, how's your Sunday going? You ready for the Saints to take on the 49ers? Yeah, but to me, I think the committee gave LSU the number one ranking because, in my opinion, some of it was recency bias. Okay, you said the Saints already. Okay, we're gonna see. Yeah, to me, I think the committee played the recency bias game. Because they looked at, well, they beat Texas A&M, they beat Georgia, who I think was an overrated fourth team. Also, Georgia was injured, so they definitely took advantage of a injured Georgia. Well, they beat an injured Georgia team. Plus, I would pick Wisconsin over Georgia to beat. I would pick Wisconsin over Georgia on a neutral field if they were to play each other. Okay, you say you don't care what rank as long as we win, as long as the Tigers win the national championship. All right, we gonna see. We're about to see now. Can they really win it all? All right, for those of you joining the live stream, thank y'all for joining me here on this Sunday afternoon. This special live stream, Selection Sundays here. Road Dog, the Browns play the Bengals today at home. But if y'all just joining me, if you haven't gotten the news about the college football playoff rankings, here are the rankings. Number one, the LSU Tigers. Number two, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Number three, the Clemson Tigers. Excuse me. And number four, the Oklahoma Sooners. So those are your four college football playoff teams for 2019. Now, do y'all think the committee got it right or got it wrong? Some people feel they got it right. Some people feel got it right. Some people feel they got it wrong. Me, myself, I think the committee went with LSU over recency bias instead of overall resume. That's just my personal opinion. You can disagree with me if you want to here in the chat, but that's how I feel. To me, they looked at the last few weeks instead of overall resume. And some people here in Ohio feel that it's SEC, but they went with SEC. Well, the committee had an SEC bias. That could be it too. Never know. We'll never know. We definitely will never know. But I want to know, do y'all think the committee got it right? I'm sitting up here looking on Twitter. Some people feel it was right. Some people feel the rankings were wrong. All right. So these college football playoffs are going to be real good. Can't wait to see it all unfold on December 28th. Definitely can't wait to see it all unfold. It's going to be Ohio State versus Clemson, LSU versus Oklahoma. So LSU and Oklahoma are going to square off in the Peach Bowl in Atlanta, while Ohio State and Clemson square off in Arizona in the Fiesta Bowl. And I definitely can't wait to break down those matchups. Those are going to be some great games. We're going to see who makes it to the national championship. Are we going to get that that LSU Ohio State national championship that everybody's been craving for? Or will Clemson go for a third straight year against LSU? Or might see a Clemson Oklahoma national championship? But we will see. We will definitely figure it out who will be in the national championship on December 28th. Yep. So we're gonna see some transfer QBs playing the college football playoffs. Justin Fields, who used to play for Georgia, and Joe Burrow, who was a backup at Ohio State. Both gonna go ahead in the college football playoffs. Who knows? Maybe they'll meet in the national championship. But I do hope for our LSU and Ohio State national championship because I'm an Ohio State fan. Also, the storylines will be intriguing. Like I said, you have two transfer quarterbacks in Justin Fields and Joe Burrow. Both competing for, both Heisman Trophy candidates. Also, Joe Burrow going up against his old team. So you sit down for a second. I'm about to see the reactions here on Twitter right quick. So, do y'all think the playoff committee had a recency bias by putting not Clemson, LSU in the number one spot, or do you think LSU deserves it? Road Dog, if you still here, I know what you're gonna say, but I want to hear from a neutral. So I want to hear from a neutral party here in the chat. So, if you were to pick right now, who would you pick for the national championship? Me, I would pick. Intelligent Cycle, what's up, man? How you doing? Thanks for joining me. But Ohio State is undefeated also. And plus, Alabama, they're not good. They're not that good this year. And plus, Georgia was overhyped because the SEC association, in my opinion. I know people yell, well, Georgia was ranked number 4. To me, I never bought Georgia as a top 4 team. That's just, to me, it's just like the committee just was hoping to get 2 SEC teams in again in the playoffs. Because Oklahoma and Wisconsin are definitely better than that team, in my opinion. Do you agree or disagree, Intelligent Cycle? So you don't think it's recency bias? So you don't think Ohio State is not number 1 because They were down in the Big Ten championship game against Wisconsin. And also, yeah, I'm definitely excited for today's game, Intelligence Cycle, especially tonight with the Seahawks and Rams on Sunday Night Football, which I will be live streaming during dinner and Sunday Night Football. So y'all come back at 8 o'clock and check me out. Because also during that live stream, I will be giving away a few prizes just in time for the holidays. So definitely tune into the live stream and find out how you can win. Excuse me. But Intelligence Cycle, Ohio State had more of the complete resume over LSU. You know, Ohio State had more wins against CFP opponents. They also had a better winning percentage against top 25 opponents. So do you think the committee may have an SEC bias? Yes or no? Yes or no? Because some people do feel that way. Put these chips down for a second. I'm about to get some Reese sticks. Okay, so Intelligence Cycle agrees with me on the SEC bias part. Yes, the selections do have SEC bias to place two SEC teams together. Okay, Intelligence Cycle also says Ohio State has the best total offense in all of college football. Definitely. And also, some people may feel that they gave LSU the #1 ranking because they wanted them to have the path of least resistance to the national championship. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that because nobody knew where Clemson was going to be ranked. Hey, early season, some people didn't think Clemson would get into the college football playoffs. So that I can't agree with. So So yeah, we definitely gonna see how good see if LSU is worthy of the top number one seed when they take on Oklahoma. And I know people are gonna bring up Ohio State being shut out a few years ago by Clemson in the college football playoffs, but to me, that meeting has no bearing on this meeting because for one, the two teams are different. Now I can see if these teams were still the same and they were matched up again, but this is a totally different Ohio State team. Just like this is a totally different Clemson team. Yeah, I know Dabo Swinney's still the coach, but he totally has a different team. And also, to me, well, let me get something to drink here. Just checking Twitter here. LSU fans and SEC fans, they're being cocky and overconfident. They're always basically saying, well, hand the trophy over to LSU. Y'all think since LSU is the number one ranked team in the college football playoffs, will they walk away with the national championship this year? Why or why not? A little thirsty here. It's a possibility they can win it all, but what can hold LSU back is their defense. I know people clown Ohio State for for being down to Wisconsin, but come on. That LSU defense gave up 400 yards of total offense to a lowly Ole Miss team? No, Intelligence Cycle, I did not see that game Thursday. I heard about it. That was definitely a pathetic performance by the Cowboys. I know Skip Bayless was tearing his hair out. He was definitely tearing his hair out on that game. But I think, every team here in the college football playoffs have a weakness. Yes, even LSU, as great as they've been. I know people think that LSU is unstoppable and no one can beat them, but they can be beaten. Ohio State, their weakness, Justin Fields, a few weeks off will, help him heal from that knee injury. Also, I got questions about the Ohio State linebackers. Nostalgic Gamer, what's up, man? How you been? Thanks for joining me. Nostalgic Gamer, the Final Four is like this. Number 1, LSU. Number 2, Ohio State. Number 3, Clemson. Number 4, Oklahoma. That's the Final Four for the college football playoffs. Clemson, to me, their weakness is they play up and down. They play too up and down for me. It's like they play to the level of their competition. You know, also I have questions about their defense. They don't have the same defensive core they had last year. Yes, Trevor Lawrence is a bad dude, but can that defense hold up? In Oklahoma, they have defensive issues as well. You know, matter of fact, they've been had defensive issues the last few years. That's why they always try to outscore teams. Okay, I got another question for y'all. Nostalgia Gamer, I want to see Clemson QB versus LSU. QB, both QBs, both are considered top draft picks. Okay, what about Ohio State and Oklahoma? Nostalgia Gamer. And also, I have a question here for those who are here in the live stream. Do you think the winner of the game between Ohio State and Clemson will be the national champion? Yes or no? Because there are some people who are also saying that on social media right now. And I think that's a possibility that, whoever survives that game can be the national champion. Because they would have been battle tested heading into the national championship. As opposed to, say, LSU, who, same purpose of conversation, ends up winning their playoff game by a huge margin. Nostalgia Gamer, yes, Ohio State looking like killers. K Intelligent Cycle agrees. He says, yes, the winner of Ohio State versus Clemson will be the national champion. Hey, Intelligent Cycle, you better not let LSU fans or SEC fans hear you say that. No, just play. I got some SEC fans in my family, but they're huge Alabama fans because a lot of them spent most of their life in Alabama, or were born and raised in Alabama. But yeah, man, Road Dog, man, if you still here, tell your fellow LSU fans to relax. Nothing's written in stone yet. Tell them just because we're number one doesn't mean give us the national championship. Still got to play the games. Hey, Nostalgia Gamer says the days of USC being the top dogs are long gone. You mean the SEC, Nostalgia Gamer? I get what you're saying. But it does seem that the College Football Playoff Committee has a big love affair with the SEC. Because I don't know how they put Georgia ahead of Oklahoma. Because I thought Oklahoma was definitely better than Georgia. So yeah, the playoff committee definitely has a love affair with the SEC for some reason. Why do y'all think that the college football playoff committee may have a love affair with the SEC, where they are always ranking two SEC teams in the top four just about every year over other conferences? Okay, it's a heated discussion on Twitter about this college football playoff ranking. Okay, Nostalgia Gamer, probably because Oklahoma lost to Kansas State. That could be it. Okay, I'm just reading reactions on Twitter. You know, some people said that Ohio State did have the better overall resume over LSU as far as wins versus college football playoffs, top 25 teams, better point differential against ranked opponents, and better opponent win percentage. So yeah, Ohio State had the more complete resume over LSU, but still, I think the committee did kind of do a little, did do have some recency bias there. That's just me. I know some people disagree with me, but I do think there was a lot of recency bias that went into those rankings. And there are some Big Ten fans out there who feel, Ohio State fans and Big Ten fans feel, that the committee does have something against the Big Ten. Matter of fact, that's another question I want to pose. Do you think the committee may have something against other conferences outside the SEC? Like, say for example, do you think not the SEC, excuse me. Do you think the playoff committee has something against the Big Ten conference? If so, if you think, if you agree or disagree, I want to see your comments here in the chat. Do you think that the college football playoff committee may have an anti-Big Ten sentiment? Because some people do feel that, especially Big Ten fans. because I think to a certain extent that maybe the committee may have that anti-Big Ten agenda. Yep, social media is buzzing, especially Twitter over this whole rankings, excuse me. Yep, I'm only gonna be on here for a few more minutes, y'all. I just wanted to come here, join y'all here on Selection Sunday, give my reaction, get y'all takes on it. Also, I hope to see y'all again here tonight at 8 o'clock for dinner and Sunday night football, as I will be live streaming during the Seattle Seahawks LA Rams game. That's going to be a great game between two NFC West rivals. Both are eyeing the playoffs. The Seahawks, they're trying to inch closer to the NFC West title after, trailing San Francisco for so long. Who would have thought, later on in the season, we would be talking about them having the lead in the NFC West. So they're trying to stretch that lead further and keep them at bay, while the LA Rams are still trying to hold on to their playoff hopes, to keep their playoff hopes alive. So it's going to be one heck of a matchup. Also, during the live stream, I will be giving away a few prizes just in time for the holidays. So tune in to see how you can win. And I can't wait to see y'all. I can't wait to see y'all at 8 o'clock tonight. So dinner Sunday night football tonight at 8 o'clock. Now, I'm definitely going to be, definitely going to be interested in seeing the Ohio State and Clemson game. Got some good storylines there. Of course, the playoff game from a few years ago where Ohio State was shut out 31-0. Plus, Clemson, the defending national champions, they're going to be trying to go for their third within the last third national championship within the last 4 years. But I definitely don't think this is going to be a shutout this time. Like I said, both teams are different. These two teams are not the same teams that they were in 2016. Also, I think Ohio State is going to be more ready because they've been through adversity these last few weeks against Penn State, Michigan, and Wisconsin in the Big Ten championship game last night. So I think Ohio State is definitely going to be battle tested. Then the flip side, LSU, Oklahoma, you got two very high power offenses, in college football. So I think it's definitely might be a shootout between those two teams. So both of these college football playoffs is going to be very interesting. I cannot wait to see them, square off on December 28th. Both games will be on ESPN. Excuse me. And another thing I gotta give credit to the college football playoff committee for making sure that they schedule these games on the right date, because the last couple of years they were scheduling the playoff games on New Year's Eve, which I always thought was a dumb move, because most people weren't watching those games on New Year's Eve. I mean, a lot of people are too busy focusing on partying. They're not thinking about watching no dang on football game. They ready to go out and party to bring in the new year. They more thinking about getting that drink on and watching a football game. So at least they've gotten better with the scheduling, because I always felt they either should schedule these games right before New Year's, or put them on New Year's Day, because everybody will be home. People will basically be getting over their hangovers from New Year's Eve. So I like the fact that they scheduled the whole college football playoffs on December 28th. That's a few days before New Year's. Everybody will be home. Some will still be at work, but mostly everybody will be home to watch these games. So the Rays should definitely be good for these games. You got basically 3 out of the 4 teams. Well, no, 2 out of the 4 teams brand new. It's not the same old. So you got some fresh blood here in these college football playoffs, and the top 2 teams are the 2 best teams in the country. So I can't wait to see them square off. Here on December 28th. That's about 3 weeks from now. Well, I'm about to get out of here, y'all. Because I got some things to do. But I will be back here tonight at 8 o'clock for dinner and Sunday night football. Make sure y'all join me for that. It's going to be the Seahawks versus the LA Rams. 2 NFC West rivals going at it, both eyeing the playoffs. The Seahawks, they're trying to close in on the NFC West, while the Rams are trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. So it's going to be a great matchup. Russell Wilson versus Jared Goff, Ty Gurley, DJ Metcalf, Aaron Donald, Jadeveon Clowney. It's going to be a good one on Sunday Night Football. So definitely want y'all to come back and join me for that. Also, you can donate to the channel via PayPal or Cash App. Just put the links here in the chat. Also now, I'm selling Talkin and Grubbin gear on Teespring. So I'm about to leave the link for you. Leave the link for that. Now through Christmas Eve, you can get either 20% off the 20% off your purchase, or you can receive shipping for your purchase. And I'm about to leave the promo codes here in the chat. But first, let me send you the link for the merch. Okay, there's the link for the merch. Okay, just sent you the promo code for the 20% off. Now I'm about to send you the code for the free shipping. So yep, both promo codes are active from now through Christmas Eve. So you can either get 20% off your purchase, or you can get free shipping by entering either one of those, entering those promo codes. For the 20% off, enter TNG Xmas. For the free shipping, enter QC83. You know, I'm selling t-shirts for men and women, hoodies, even coffee mugs. And I'm also gonna sell some more stuff, come up with some more stuff to sell soon. So be on the lookout for that also. So go to teespring.com, buy the official Talkin and Grubbin gear. You know, I just recently ordered something from the Teespring shop, from my Teespring shop, but it hasn't arrived yet. But when it does, I'm definitely gonna be rocking it here on the live streams and the videos. So definitely be on the lookout for that. But you can go to teespring.com and buy the gear. And now through Christmas Eve, you can either get 20% off or free shipping on your purchase by entering the promo codes that I just left here in the chat. But I got to get out of here, y'all, because I got to do some things, and get ready for tonight for dinner and Sunday night football. Make sure y'all come back here and join me at 8 o'clock. I look forward to seeing you. Thank y'all for joining me here on the special live stream on Selection Sunday. I enjoy chatting with y'all about the rankings for these college football playoffs, whether we agree or disagree. It's just been all fun. So till tonight, y'all have a good one. Love y'all to life. QC out, and enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy all your games.